cardio versus weight training. Which is better for fat loss? Some people think that cardio burns fat, and other people think that all you need is resistance training. But the reality is, most people have actually misunderstood what drives fat loss. By the way, I'm Jacob, dad, coach, Ironman athlete, and over the last 10 years, I've helped over 500 busy men and women get into the best shape of their life. Now let's get straight into this. So cardio is most likely going to burn more calories per minute than resistance training. This is because with strength training, you do 6 to 12 reps, you take a couple minutes break, and then you go back into the following set. You almost spend half your session resting compared to working, and your heart rate is generally going to be lower. Therefore, your overall expenditure in that session will most likely be less than if you were consistently working on a cardio machine for 30 or 40 minutes. And we know that the most important thing when it comes to fat loss is the overall calories in which you burn, which is predominantly controlled, first and foremost, through your diet. So before we even worry about exercise for a moment, we need to make sure that you're consistently eating less than your body needs. Otherwise, the training itself is going to be very difficult to burn more than you're consuming if you're not aware of how much you're actually eating. Now that's out the way, let's go back in to the exercise options themselves. So we've already understood that you probably burn more per minute doing cardio than you would with weights. But outside of that, we've already understood that calories coming in terms of how much you're eating, is the most important thing to control anyway. So now you're in a calorie deficit, the next thing you really want to prioritize is going to be resistance training. The reason why is because you don't decide what you lose when you start losing weight. You will lose muscle and you will lose fat. But if we focus on more protein in your diet and you focus on getting stronger as you get lighter on the scales, you're going to retain, if not increase, muscle tissue. This is obviously important for your overall health and longevity, but also your physique and your shape as you start to lose fat. And as great as cardio can be for burning calories, it can increase fatigue, your appetite, and it's definitely not going to help with muscle retention. So now we've controlled your calories and your strength training a few days a week and getting stronger. We can then add additional cardio in on top, which will help increase your speed of weight loss as long as you are remaining consistent with your diet. And yes, it will add up to additional calories spent at the end of every single week. There are obviously other massive benefits of you being aerobically fitter, in terms of your heart health and also your ability to train harder in your weight sessions if you're fitter and recovering faster. So really, cardio and weights do go hand in hand, but in isolation, they don't really play a role in fat loss. Your diet does. And once you've got your diet in place, the type of results in which you're going to achieve from a fat loss perspective are going to be drastically different than if you just focus on exercise itself. And here's an example of one of my clients, Lewis. He's done 17 marathons in the past before working with me, and he's also followed plenty of other fitness programs, working out in the gym 4 days a week consistently. He lost quite a lot of weight, but he got stuck at that starting point when he first joined me. He still wanted to achieve a lot bigger result than he'd already achieved. And in 16 weeks, he totally transformed his physique. From an activity perspective, not a lot really changed. He was still doing very much the similar thing to what he was before working with me. But what did change was his diet. Once we got control of how much he was eating and we were more consistent with this, the fat loss results started to show. So even if he was running a lot, even if he was in the gym a lot, he just wasn't aware of how much he was eating, and if anything, some of his activity was driving his appetite, which led him to eat more, and it made it very difficult for him to notice any significant differences with his physique. So if you grab your body weight right now in pounds and times it by 10 to 12, this will be a good calorie deficit for you to start with. You then just need to monitor your weight loss over the next few weeks, what your energy, appetite, recovery, and performance is also like. And if you want me to help you put a plan together like this, I've left a link in the description. Click on it and answer the questionnaire, and I'll reach out personally with more information in terms of how I can help. And of course, if you found this video helpful, like, subscribe, and I'll be back for more.